If there is one thing I hated when learning how to set up a stream and how to make sure that everything was working, is that every tutorial assumes that you want to stream on Twitch. Almost no tutorials focus on YouTube or Facebook, etc. So I figured I would make a few separate tutorials about that, and this is the YouTube alerts one. What's up everyone, Jelle here with a Video Nerd, and welcome back to my channel. If you want to see me stream on Twitch, I stream every Monday, Wednesday and sometimes Friday, so I will put a link right here on the screen. It's also in the description. You can follow the channel if you want. I talk with viewers, I stream games, I chill a bit, it's fun in there. I hope I will see you on my next stream. And a big thanks to our sponsor of this video, which is Owned.tv. They are the biggest stream graphics webshop on the internet. If you're looking for graphics for your stream, then just go to their website. You can test out all packs by using their previewer, which lets you trigger certain events to get a feel of how the graphic will look on your stream. All their packs are modular, so that means that the layout which you create will be unique to your stream. If you want a great looking stream and you can't pay someone to create a custom pack for you, then this is definitely the way to go. They also have things like sub badges, sub emotes, separate transitions and much more. Owned has been a big player in the streaming industry for quite some time, and they are amazing to work with, and by getting a design from them you're also supporting my channel. And if you use my code, which is TVN, you will get 50% off. I will link their website in the description. You can go to the checkout, enter TVN, get 50% off. If you're on the fence of buying an overlay, then now is definitely the time. Go to their website, check them out, they are amazing. Owned.tv. We will be setting up stream alerts for YouTube specifically, and we will be doing it with the Streamlabs website. Now I know that in Streamlabs OBS, as you're seeing right now, you have an alert box right here, but first of all you don't have that in OBS Studio, and second of all the alert box lags a lot. I try using this to explain things from time to time, but every time it starts lagging while I'm recording, or it does something weird, or it shows Twitch alerts instead of YouTube alerts in the settings. I always have to restart when doing this, so I figured I would just never teach anything about it again. Just use the Streamlabs website because that always works, and we will be using that because then I can also explain it for OBS Studio and Streamlabs OBS at the same time. So let's go to the website. I will take a browser window right here. Let's go to streamlabs.com. On the top you will have to log in, and then you will be able to choose YouTube. Since we are adding YouTube alerts, make sure you log in with YouTube or you will see Twitch settings, etc. I will do it with my The Video Nerd account, and right here we are on the main page, and on the left we can click on alert box. Now before going further with setting these up, I have a free graphics pack that I share in a lot of videos. It's called a neon overlay pack. You can find it on my Discord, and I will be using those alert graphics to set up these YouTube alerts. Let me go to my Discord to quickly show you where you can find it. So once you're in the Discord, on the left you see free stuff and then overlays, and right here this is the neon pack, and these are the alerts which we will be using. So to download it, you can go to neon pack right here. This is the updated one. You will need to find this one because this only contains Twitch alerts. As I said, I also focused only on Twitch, but right now I did add YouTube alerts. So click on the updated pack. It will download, you can unpack it somewhere, and then actually let's unpack it, and then I will show you where the alerts are. So we click on extract. Let's do it in the downloads. Now I will go to my downloads, and right here we see neon pack. Inside we have alerts, and these are the alerts which we will be using. So for example, a new channel member, etc. If you want to edit the alerts, right here is the Photoshop file. If you don't have Photoshop, you just go to Photopia. That's an easy way to edit Photoshop files, and then you can just drag it in like this, and then you can just double click the name, change it to whatever you want, and right here on the right you see left color. If you go to Pro, right here you can change the hue, and as you see you can change the color of the left one. Same with this one, right color, you can change the color. Then you can go to File, Export as PNG, and then Save, and bam, it downloads your new alert. Right here, a new name, new colors, etc. You can customize them as you want, and then you can follow the tutorial with me. So we are back on the alert page right now, and before we do anything, let's go to manage themes, because right here we're gonna make a new widget theme, because otherwise you could have problems with things you added in the past and changed, etc. It's possible that something doesn't work. So let's click on create widget theme and then just call it something you want. I will call it tutorial alerts. Okay, blah blah blah, doesn't matter. Create, and then it will create a new theme, and then we want to make sure that we click on use, so this is actually activated. So now right here we see tutorial alerts activated. That's perfect. Now let's go back to the alert. So on the left, click on alert box, and then we will be brought back to the alerts. Now right here you can see that you can enable or disable certain alerts, but we want to set up all the basic ones, and I'm not gonna focus on merch, CloudBot redemptions, or Streamlabs Prime gifts, because almost no one who is starting to stream is using this. So let's focus on the basic and the important stuff. And let's scroll a bit down, and right here you see that we can test all alerts. But of course, if you click on an alert, nothing will happen because we haven't linked anything to OBS or Streamlabs OBS, and we can't see it on the screen. But we can click on launch, and that will open a preview window, and we can actually drag this to the left, then click on this page to add it to the right. And now let's position it a bit like this, and now we can change our alerts right here on the right, and we can preview them on the left, because let's click on test donation, and as you see, this triggers a basic donation. These are the basic alerts of Streamlabs. So let's click on super chat. As you see right here, these are the alerts that you see on a lot of streams, but we want to customize them and add custom graphics. Now let's scroll down even more, and you see right here we have tabs for all the different settings. We are in the general settings right now. This background color doesn't really matter, it's for the preview. Alert delay, we're not gonna change that right here, and there's actually not much to change. Let's click on this layout because we're gonna want to display our text on top of an alert. But other than this, let's go to the first alert to actually set it up. So let's click on donations, and right here we will be setting up the donation alert. Let's test it to see what it looks like right now. It's an image with text under it. We want to click on this icon right here because we're gonna set up a custom alert. If you're not doing that, then you can select this right here, and you can select another image right here, but we are gonna click on this. You scroll to the bottom, you click on save settings. Sometimes you need to wait a bit afterwards, or you need to click it 2 times for it to actually work. And right here there's also a test button, so let's click on test donation. And right now you see that our text is on top of our graphic. So right now we will change our graphic, so let's click on change media right here, and then we will search for the graphic. Now I already imported some alerts right here, but let's do it again. You can drag and drop it to here, or you can click on it and then just search for it. So go to the folder, let's go to new donation because that's what we're setting up. Click on open, it will be added, and right here new donation. Let's double click on that. It will be added right here, and we can click on save settings. Wait a bit for it to actually update, because otherwise it will show your previous settings. And then let's click on test donations, and as we see, alert, new donation, John donated $35. Now what do we want to do? We want to make the text a bit smaller because it's too big, but let's actually go over all these settings because there are other important things too. So from now on I will just be going through the settings for all the alerts, right? So what do we have right here? Donation alert, enable, disable. This is straightforward, we want to enable it. We already did set up the layout right here, text on top of the image. You can change the animation. Now for these type of alerts we want to use fade, but maybe you want to do something else. Right here you have a lot of options for different animations. Then right here we have open text to speech, so let's click on that, and right here you can enable or disable text to speech. Now you can choose what you do with this. I will disable it right here, and then here you can set a minimum amount of dollars donated to actually trigger the text to speech. I will just set it to $3. You have a few other settings, you can read them, change what you want. Let's close this, and then right here again a minimum amount, but this is to trigger the alert, so the visual alert on the stream, not the text to speech. So $3 is pretty common right here, and then a minimum amount to trigger it in recent events. There's another thing, you probably know what it is. Most of the time it's like right here on top of the screen that people add like recent events that scroll down every time they get a new follow, new donation, etc. So that's this right here. Then the message template, this is important because let's trigger the alert again. Let's click on test donations, and then you will see right here we have the name, then a colon, and then the amount of dollars. So you also see that right here in the message template, name, colon, amount. So you can change this right here. So if you're not using these alert graphics, you can also type, for example, name, donated, colon, amount, for example, something like this. People do this, but we are setting up custom alerts, so from now on I will be doing everything for that. Now text animation, this is of course the text that comes on the screen with the name and the amount. So what you see right here, here you can change the animation of this. Then next, the image, we already changed that. Then the sound, the same thing. You can click on change media. You either upload something of your own, or right here you have stock files, and then you can click on all files or on sounds, and then you will see all different types of sounds which you can add right here, and that will be the sound of your alert. Now, I forgot to say this before, if you don't want to use a custom alert graphic and you want to use the graphics of Streamlabs, you can also click on change media, and then right here stock files, images. Right here you will see the basic images that people are using for alerts, so you can also choose one of these. And then on the top, you will be selecting this one right here. So the text is below the image, and then you can add another message right here. I'm just going over everything so you can make your own thing with this. So what's next? Sound volume. This is the volume of your alert of this sound right here. Alert duration. This is straightforward, how long your alert will be displayed. Then alert text delay. For example, if you get an animated alert that like comes in and then after 1 second the text should be displayed, then right here you can add a text delay of 1 second. Then next, enable custom HTML CSS. We don't need this right now, but it's possible that when you have an alert, let's trigger this. It's possible that the text will not be right here in the middle, that the text, for example, will be like right here or right here. Now you can play with this CSS right here, and you can add padding and margin, etc. to reposition the text. But actually there's a more straightforward way to like balance the text and the alerts, and it's really simple. Let me quickly tell you why. So let's go back to the alert. So right here you see that this, let's make it a bit bigger. So you see that this is the box around my alert, right? This is the graphic. Now what Streamlabs OBS will do, if you select this right here, this text on image, it will take the exact middle of your image. So if this is your alert, it will take the middle and there it will display the text. Now some alerts have not been created very well, and the middle of the alert is not actually where the text should appear. That's the fault of the designer of the alert, and you can change this yourself with Photopea. If you don't know how to do it, you can also go to my Discord and ask it there in some of the channels. But if you have a problem with that, changing the actual alerts is the best way to do it. So if you have problems with that, go to the Discord, people will help you. Let's go on. Right here, open Dontator message settings. Let's click on that. So when someone donates, people can add a message. Right here, you should choose if this message should be included or not. We will not include this because we only want to show the name and the amount on our alert. There's no place for a Dontator message. Then right here, font settings. This is a... Oops. What? Oh, someone just subscribed on my YouTube, I think. That's why the alert is triggering. That's funny. Okay, so then close font settings. No, we want to keep them open because we want to change them. Right here, you can choose your font, and you actually don't need to try them all out to see which font you like. You can go to Google Fonts. So Google Fonts, because all these fonts right here are all Google Fonts, and there's an easy way to preview it. So you go to Google Fonts, and then right here you type a sentence. So for example, the video nerd YouTube. So for example, this, when someone subscribes, this will be showing on the alert. You can even say this, $35. That's the message that will be shown. And then you can just scroll and you can find something that you like. You can even select your preferences. So categories, you can change something right here. You can change the language. You can change font properties. For example, a very thick font, etc. Once you found something, let's say you like this one, Ubuntu. You go to here, you click, and then you search Ubuntu. And right here, as you see, they have this. So then let's click on Save Settings. So now that we selected a new font, let's trigger the alert to see if we have to make the text smaller or not. And we will have to make it smaller. So let's go to the font settings right here. The size is 64 pixels right now. Let's make it something like 42. Save the settings, wait a bit or it will not be updated, and then click on test donations to see, and it hasn't been updated yet, so we need to save it again, wait some time for it to actually work. Okay, let's test it again right now, and right now it has been updated. You see, I'm not telling lies, you have to wait a bit sometimes. So this is actually pretty good. Now you can change this if you want, change the font, change the size, and right here you can change the text color and the text highlight color. Now I will show you what this is. Let's make this red. Let's save it, wait a bit, save it again, wait a bit, and then click test donation. And as you see, this is the highlight. So when we scroll to the top right here, message template, that's what's shown right here, right? Everything between parentheses will be red and all the other ones not. So when you type, for example, name, donated, and then the amount, when we save it then, and then we click on test donation, as you will see right here, so the normal text that you type right here will be white, and the other text will be the color that you select right here, the highlight color. So let's just change this to white. You can do whatever you want with this. Then the last thing is open alert variations. Now, this is a bit in depth, we will not be doing this, but let me quickly tell you what this is. Right here you have the option between adding a variation with the default settings or with the current settings, which are the settings we did set up right now. So what the variations are is you can make Streamlabs trigger different types of alerts under certain circumstances. So let me show you what this actually means. Let's click on add a variation with current settings. So then Streamlabs will create a second donation alert with the settings we have set up right now. And for example, you can make the text color red this time. So then we have two alerts that are exactly the same, except for one is with white color and the other one is with red color. And then on the top, you can give a condition. So let's click on this. And then for example, donation amount is at least, and then for example, you make it $50. So then when someone donates $50 or more, the text will be red instead of white. So here you have a lot of options with this, with these variations. Actually, it's pretty useful. You can also use different images. So for example, if you have graphics with certain amount of lines in it, you can add more lines the more they donate or something like that. You can make it glow more. All those things are possible. I'm not gonna go in depth on this, but right here you can add variations, etc. Let's click on cancel, and then the variation will not be created. So we can click on save settings and we can go to the next alert, because when we click on test donation, our donation alert works perfectly fine. Let's go to the subscribers right now, and I will be going to the settings a bit quicker right now because I have explained a lot of these things. So of course we want to enable it. We want to display the text on top of the image. We don't want to change the animation. This right here, the message template, we will be doing this later. The animation, let's not change this. Click on change media, click on drag and drop. We want to add a subscriber alert. It will be added right here. Double click on it. Okay, you can change the sound if you want, the volume, duration, text delay. We don't want to change this. We don't need to change the CSS. Right here, open font settings. We will make it completely white, just like the previous one. We will change this to Ubuntu, just like the previous one. Okay, and then of course I forgot the font size. We did change this, so I think it was 42 or 48. Let's click on save and let's test the alert. So let's go to the top, click on test subscriber, and as we see, we just need to change the text right now. So they have the name and then just subscribed, but the just subscribed, we don't need this. So let's go to the message template right here and then delete everything except for the name, like this. Okay, we can save it right now. We can go to the top and we can test it again. And as you see, for me, this is perfect. Let's go to the next one, to the members. Okay, enable. Let's select text on the image. Then let's delete all the text except for the name because the new member is on the graphic. Let's click on change media, add a new member. Perfect. Let's double click it. That works. No other sound. All these things are the same. Open the font settings again. Make it white. Make the font size 42 just like the other ones. Click on save settings. Let's go to the top. Let's test member. New channel member. The video nerd. Perfect. Super chats, the last thing. Here we have a few different settings. So let's enable this. Text on the graphic again. We don't want to change the animation. Let's open text to speech. And this is just like with the donation. Right here you can enable or disable the text message of the super chat. So we will disable this right here. If you want to enable it, you can add a minimum amount of dollars to trigger it. You have some other settings, but let's disable this for now. Let's minimize this. And then right here, minimum amount to trigger it. So for example, you can add 5 right here, and then people will have to super chat for $5 or more to actually trigger it. And when you enter an amount right here, then a new setting will appear, minimum super chat amount for recent events. Just like I explained, the ones that most of the time are displayed on top, that like scroll down every time something new happens, like a new subscriber, a new super chat, all those things. Right here you can add a separate minimum amount for that, but let's set this to 0. We want to show all super chats. Then the message template, we want to make it the same as the donation. So we want to delete this right here, and then we want to delete the donated, and we want to add a colon. So name, colon, space, and then amount. Okay. Change media, we want to add a super chat again right here. So new super chat. Let's double click on this. Okay, we don't want to change anything right here. Open super chat message settings. You want to take a look at this. So show message. Of course, when people use a super chat, it's money with a message. But we don't want to show the message on the alert because we can read the message for the whole stream when someone donates it. And the alert should only be like the name and then the amount. So that's perfect right here. Then again, you can add a minimum amount. Okay, right here, we're not gonna do that. And of course, since we disabled this right here, we're not gonna set up anything right here. Let's minimize this. And then font settings, again, same as the other ones. Let's make this Ubuntu. Let's make this 42 pixels. And let's make this white, just like with the other ones. Let's click on save settings. Let's click save settings again. Let's wait a bit. Sometimes it lags a bit, and I hope that I will be right, but usually right now it will work. Let's click on test super chat. And it works right here. This was the last one. It works like this. So now that we've done this, of course, we want to add this to our stream. So how do we do this? Right here, you see widget URL, and you want to click on copy right here, and that will copy the URL. And now we will need to paste this in OBS Studio or Streamlabs OBS. It's the same for both programs. I'm going to use OBS Studio, and the only reason I'm using this is because I'm recording this tutorial with Streamlabs OBS. So right here, we are in OBS Studio. What do we want to do? We click on the plus icon, same in Streamlabs OBS. You go to browser source, which you can see right here. Okay, you name this alerts. You click on enter. Right here you see URL. You want to replace this with the URL we just copied on the Streamlabs website. And then you don't need to change anything else. You just click on OK. And then right here, this will be the alert window. So you can position it somewhere right here. And now let's drag this to the left. Let's drag this to the right. Okay. Okay. Now let's click on test donation. And then you see right here that the donation works on the stream. Click on test member, new channel member. It works perfectly fine. Now, of course, we use the alerts of my free graphics pack right now. If you want to learn how to set up the full pack, I have a complete tutorial on that. I also have a big 1-hour tutorial to stream on YouTube. It explains everything. In that tutorial, I actually point to this alerts tutorial for the alerts because I skipped that in the tutorial, but it explains the settings, the graphics, and also how to actually go online on YouTube, since you have to do some stuff with the stream keys, etc. So if you have some questions about streaming on YouTube, the big tutorial will also be in the cards, so you can go to there if you want to learn more about streaming on YouTube in general. I will most likely be creating a big playlist for streaming on YouTube. If I'm doing that, you will see it right here. And if I haven't done it yet, you will see my Streamlabs OBS playlist and my OBS Studio playlist. Other than that, I'd like to invite you to follow me on Twitch. If you have any questions about all this, my Discord will also be in the description. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope that I will see you in one of these playlists. Have a nice day.